Morning. Hope you're all doing well. Yeah, Monday, the 7th of March. Maybe you can pop in the chat who's here. It's always nice to see who's joining us. That is the only thing with YouTube, I can just see a number. Whereas in Zoom, I can see all your lovely faces. And we'll get started in just a second. Amazing. So I'll just explain the kind of structure and layout of the class. Morning, Adam. Which I think maybe most of you know, but if you're joining later on and you haven't done this class before, it's always useful to know what you're getting yourself in for. Morning, Caroline. So we're going to start with a bit of breath work, and then we'll do some written tasks. So if you can have some paper and a pen, that'd be amazing. And then we're going to do a bit of breath work, meditation, and then we'll reflect at the end. Great. Today we're going to focus and look at, just looking at kind of ways that we can be a bit kinder to the planet and to each other. With everything that's going on, it's a bit mental out there. And if we could look at being a bit nicer to each other and looking after this beautiful place that we live, that could be really lovely. So I thought we could do that today. A bit more of an open-ended theme. But yeah. Okay, I think we'll start. And sometimes with these classes, we start with like a little massage before we begin, or a bit of movement with the body. So we're going to start with a hand massage today. So we use our hands every single day, and we don't often give them enough love and attention that they need. So we're going to start with the big chunky thumb muscle. And I'm going to use my dominant hand to do the work, and then I'll switch. So just some nice big circles around that muscle. And going the other direction. Whatever you need. If you need to use your fingers or your thumb, you can have your hands on the back. And as always with massage, if you have more experience or you want to go with what feels good for you, please do that. I'm just offering some suggestions. And then we're going to let this circle come out into the whole palm. So we're just opening it up a bit more. I'm going to move over to this side where the pinky is. So moving up and down, some circles, which are a bit bigger, a bit longer. I like to go right up and over the wrist joint. Nice. And then we're going to use our fingertips, and we're just going to pull down here, kind of the crease where it's like the back of the knuckles. So just making some space. It's kind of easing and warming up this little area. And then we're going to swizzle and pull our thumb and each finger. And just give it a rub, maybe closing off fingers, opening up the fingers. Rubbing the back, rubbing the front, doing what you need. And now we're going to sit with our hands open. My hands are very dramatic. And so when I work with one, it completely flattens. And when I don't, it's like a little dead spider all curled up. And that's me relaxed. And so maybe just notice how your hands are and how they feel. And if maybe one feels wider, more open, and one feels maybe colder, or what sensations come up for you. Nice. We'll move on to the other side. So again, starting that big thumb muscle, that big chunky bit. And if there's parts where you're like, oh, I need to just hold that for a second and then move on, you can do that as well. Now I'll move more into the whole palm, so just opening it up, nice big circles. And in towards the pinky edge, so up and down, big kind of long strokes here. Can we go more to the side? Now I'm going to use our fingertips and pull down. I'm going to swizzle and pull each finger. And then maybe closing off the fingers, opening up. Got some nice cracks going on. And moving the hand round, giving it whatever else it needs. A little rub. And you can sit with your hands open or have them in your lap. We're just going to close our eyes for just a second or for a moment. So closing your eyes with your palms facing up, whether that's on the knees, in front of you, in your lap. And just to prepare, we're going to inhale, roll our shoulders up, and exhale, roll them down the back. Lovely. And just take a minute to notice how you're feeling. Notice how your day's been so far. If maybe you woke up really tired or energized, or you jumped out of bed, or maybe you've been up for hours, you've already done a load of exercise, and whatever you've done this morning, noticing where you're at, how you feel, what you've done so far, to come and sit here and take this class. Lovely. And now we've massaged our hands, so just noticing how the rest of your body's feeling. If it's feeling tight or achy, or if it feels great. Maybe you've got some niggly bits. Just notice how your body's feeling. And then looking more internally, notice where your breath's at. How is your breath? Maybe you haven't noticed it. Maybe you're noticing it now. Maybe you've been a bit more aware of it throughout the class. Just noticing it first, so try not to change anything. And then slowly on each inhale and exhale, we're going to let that breath become deeper and deeper. Lovely. Now we're going to take a really deep breath in through the nose and a forceful exhale out the mouth. So breathing in and out. In, out. Last one, breathing in and out. Open the eyes. Come back to your space, grab a drink, water, vitamin C, tea, coffee, whatever you've got. And we're going to come to our notebooks. I'm going to start with some written tasks. So, like I was saying at the beginning, we're going to look a little bit at just being a bit kinder to the planet and to each other. And a style of written task that we haven't done in a while is automatic writing. So we're going to write constantly for 4 minutes. I'm going to put on a 4-minute timer and we're just going to keep writing until the 4 minutes is up. And you're not going to lift your pen from paper. And even if you're writing, yeah, I don't know what to write, that is fine. So the written task that I'm going to give you for this automatic writing is that if you were to write a letter or send a message of kindness to the world/planet, what would you say? So if you were to write a letter / send a message of kindness to the planet / world, what would you say? So let's take 4 minutes starting now. That's the timer, so stop what you're doing. Stop the writing, stop the press. Nice. So we're going to move on to the next one. I'm going to do 3 minutes for this one, so it's slightly shorter. And this one, maybe you could write it in more of a list format, or you could write it just in sentences or just words, however feels more relevant to you in response to this. So for the next one, what could we do better to look after the planet, the world, each other? So what could we do better to look after the planet, the world, each other? And we'll take 3 minutes to do that. Okay, go. And that's the end of the timer. I'm just going to finish my sentence because I can't leave it in the middle of a sentence. So with those, we're going to pop our pen and paper to the sides. That's something you can look back on in your own time, or you can leave it and then you might stumble across it in some weeks, months, years and go, oh wow, yeah, I took some time one morning and I wrote this lovely thing. Yeah, up to you. Great, so we're going to pop pen and paper to the side, maybe grab a drink. I'm going to do a little bit of pranayama, which is just a yogic term for breathing, and we'll meditate to finish. So we're going to do a little 3-part breathing, which is just focusing on the chest, the ribs, and the belly. You could have one hand on the, I've got these annoying arms, so you could have one hand on the chest, one hand on the belly, or or just on the chest or just on the belly, wherever feels good, or even open. Sometimes having your hands on your body can help you feel the breath and where you're directing it, almost direct it more. So we're going to do 3-part breathing. So we're going to breathe in once through the nose, exhale through the nose. Breathe in through the nose, just the belly, hold the ribs, hold the chest, hold. Fully exhale, fully inhale. Breathe out in 3 parts. And I'll talk you through it. So wherever you want to be, you can have your eyes open, your eyes closed. And we're going to fully breathe in, breathing out. Breathe in just the belly. Breathe in just the ribs. Breathe in just the chest. Exhale. Inhale full. Breathe out just the belly. Breathe out just the ribs. Breathe out just the chest. And full inhale. Full exhale. And we're going to let it go. So you let the hands fall. You can close the eyes if they're not already shut. And just settling back down. While we're in this moment, in this meditation, I want us to think about how the weather makes us feel. Are you affected by the weather emotionally? Do you wake up and see a rainy day and go, oh, wish it was sunny? Or maybe you love the rain. I used to live with someone who loved the rain, and every time it rained, she ran out onto our balcony and stood in fully clothed in the rain and just loved it. I personally do not like the rain. So having a think about what the different weather kind of sparks for you emotionally. What does it make you think of? And maybe if you think for a moment about when you're at your most happy, when you're at your happiest, when you're feeling your most positive, what is the weather like? What weather do you imagine with this sensation, with this feeling? And when you're feeling quite low or maybe a bit emotional or a bit sad, what weather do you associate with those memories? When you're feeling ready for a new adventure, a new experience, what comes to mind with that? What images and memories and sensations pop to mind when thinking about the weather and how it makes you feel? Are you on a beach? Are you inside looking out, all cozy and warm? Are you playing in the snow? Are you a kid? Are you an adult now? The weather is almost a constant that's with us every day. It changes and it moves and it is unpredictable or sometimes very predictable, but it's always with us every day. And while you're thinking about this, I'm just going to read a short quote by Robin S. Sharma. Kindness, quite simply, is the rent we must pay for the space we occupy on this planet. Kindness, quite simply, is the rent we must pay for the space we occupy on this planet. I thought that was a very beautiful quote. Thinking about what's going on in the world and how a lot of it isn't the kindest, and there's a lot of stuff going on that is very hard to watch and hear, and we can feel quite hopeless on this side of the planet, a little bit away from it. But yeah, if we just look at spreading kindness and joy and love and helping where we can, I think that's a beautiful thing. So wherever you're sitting, letting those thoughts and memories fade, we're going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. So breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. One more time, breathing in and out. Now blink our eyes open. Come back to our space. Gonna grab your pen and paper one last time and just write down any thoughts, feelings of reflection, anything that might have come up. Just a sentence, words, anything. Lovely. So thank you so much for coming. I have had building works going on, so it might have been a bit loud, so apologies for that. But I think this laptop's quite good at blocking that out, and sometimes blocking out my voice still. So hopefully that was okay. And yeah, Studio K are changing the way that their timetable's working at the moment. So this class will now be the first Monday of every month. So this is the first Monday of March, and the next meditation class we will have will be the first Monday of April. So it will now just be once a month, and the focus of each class, I'm going to look at doing it of almost like preparing ourselves for the month ahead, mentally, emotionally, what we want to look at, if there's any themes of that month that are interesting or useful, I'll bring them into the class as well. But yeah, so it's just changing a little bit, and so it's going to be the first Monday of every month. I hope you have a great week. I hope you have a great month. I'll be back in April for meditation, but I'm teaching Stretch and Relax this Wednesday, and I'm back. So if you are around, we'd love to have a wee stretch and journal with you on Wednesday evening. And yeah, thanks everyone. I'll stick around for a minute or two if you've got any thoughts, feedback, questions, anything at all. Let me know. Oh yeah, I always forget to do the YouTube stuff. Like the video if you liked it, drop us a comment if you have a comment, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And all the previous classes are on the YouTube channel if you want to look back and go through them. The pre-recorded ones I think are unlisted, so they're not public, but the links are all on the the Facebook members page. Oh, thank you, Caroline. And thank you, Harriet. It's lovely to see who's joining, and I feel like there's a nice little troop that keep coming. Thanks, Adam. Have a great Monday, everyone. Drink lots of water and get outside. Bye, everyone.